Grisha Semaratita Mariset Wariana Maquietza Toisha Shabitro Stemen Lumena Kone Kiasaru Te Shanjiaminova Tarasti Sumerikandraenzen Lume Shambit Raktokova Semela Transcendation Zesta Ropena Kai Semara Titania Mogona Lai Semerianan. I think I just said Titania and Mogana. Interesting, huh? Murakit Berishambal Henum, Ekorakit Semanan. They understand it. Maraka Shabitroton Mekwa Semel Etwas Nesarum Esta Setaitrik Nagangoi Chimen. Nei Taram Hiotro Singai Samarik Nungosis Istiatu Pe Pramhinum Lamino Festa Krea Shabitro Stem Zaman Ekwanangatsu Fetam Setra Shinya Gunum. Minagro shasya sepetrastum esta sestari piatros de manna caet serastois yasembo te taramin uvakman. Lungiat se tras jastu petman equana caste senzarasto inia maragis sestari piatrokman. Guminia novesta hayamenaki achariasto oromet eat samborute te sarakanjikmentu vea tasta ramia chuman. Marakis esta Europia tarakinekea chabiatros demestanen esta sostoia sabristemrisharak nogiste sari seria materean zinumaki anakisha shabitros demenanen est kromike chari tamasat. Manon jaria sapandoro yetsanahaya sesta sepot nemashon zanam ekwarakatset. Minadro shapia trastamanen esta krupia kai saman heva toyinamenea shabiatros demen. Mon andiaro kosen. Mina dorea shiniakuro senzemeniato setai samarasest aisaram botras engai shinen. Nema toi serete kalais amerikondek de kaisem setai staro test is endarai tsenemeo toros inai tadai sierra makonakas. Gayan evatros in equayet sanasta, Ushanjabi to sananek warike samiset. Understand it alone. Why are we here? But we can answer the flow. They understand it, but we can answer the flow. Shall continue at 281-2421-21-2829-486. No connections were created at 182125-2127, and we have a communication stream at 282125-212-6812, shifting now. Darangiatsa tokonji fei pananesta sesta lingrachari semun asta. Yamat, understood. Line it up at 282124 to 2125-212612. Ne andai lai rote kai sendation zesta. Line it up at 2821-2124-21272. Da and those say tre kinjai samasest aisarayat surustes indalanak asta kro sendishans enem. Ne andia tia se trai setanamai samuro setai samuro kondeki shasha bitros dem zamanen. Dranya god setikanji fe panato senjinim est right seremasto umanen lana soro communications necessary. Line it up at 2821-2421-2127-212-482. Nandai tai lala trosise nikalas esta shasha. Lanasu fecummet esta shabatrone kenyasena ranaman torosena semorota. Gi tailangas trokenya kenyamet astarat anastoshan senasta ropi taisrana kum. Na kanya ko chachanya masotension necessary. Understand it. Danjal ke kromedan e tamasumesh edal. Lovet minakon yaki chimin over time it will align at 2817-2121-24268942x27. 138212473, 48221 and 2826114 have been communicated to the outer structures. Manaka sha tro tenga anjimeno vest. Nyamandro china koneke tai saramatana set. Lanasute shalemananan e kurai tserachanimi to festa rame damek. Nemaraji stai tro senaka sesta shall now forward it to out 1 2 1 2 1 2 5 2 1 2 6 1 2 3. Drane quase patane trasene shunzotom aquanake tabish namiset way trastit now at 282125 21261389212422. Nasa says we can align at 2826121254138994. Neklai tarast anji torumaset warakenakevis lamasote shasendere te sabatum. Darandi communications necessary have been created. No supports were given at 282-1215-41-42126. Nana siara tara kanji tost oromes et wesepotian esta sariana konaki chamatanas otonum. Lanyano kone ke chari tamara kone keves. Nemarati chai serapan uvasetan esta rapino kuvasane chandoro tomaset wananan. Nanyaro tose chromian aquatic emissions necessary. Dranya madros equane ki chast arine ta sum eritai sarama quanaki chanyato mekan. Lanya trositiari konakis et wanaman. Lanyabo toseti quanakashipet bonas tarimes sutakan. Drena shari petrona kanyakase petrumish anamate. Lanyaro konokova kanin etama. Lanyaro konokova kachinyan emare. One se kanidum laias na kiatukum sharapan arite quorams. Iama tovanya kromecha trosenefe taisaraman. Lo tainas elamin uvatan astai laro come kicharito fatenam. Dainaf est paranya krokonokoi tranya matum mesa matumakan. Lais es anaban ut nemai taitrum akan. Lanya to fanya ki chanya to roset. Daranya ma quatianime support damasotations necessary. Namasut ishkanyama kote kwai semala. Lay support damage cleared at 28282142127813. Daranya ka chirotia sena fonetelim. Nematori sepotemelindai lasetai sarakanya ka sechinim. Ia seritai tranya chiripi trosanakan. No telling what now. The flow has begun. Ningyat seru charitam ala sutrisha shari. No se supporti sha hanamara. Korote shanyamutos. Ne arana kasin etchari samoset waitarim akmanagas. They understand the form, and we have given them a pattern to outlay for our streams at 282-2121-25812. Angoya di no makwarike tai saratine me chona tai sri ando tare saitro tana kenji fone tini shari tamasandai tarato ningas rum. Dorosine me janyato na kanchi petra nianum meketai sarai dunum metai sarado trigunum meganesaminum metanga sut. Dai konoko charinde mana torone ke so tre tai sineke chorot Ne taisron dikneme jofetames utengle chando taningas rometi kaishan. Nemarado chiri ba sanat osta shainem e dragonogovas. Do supportat. Now we can align the forms at this structure flow. Ingale de sanan. They said it was not a quiet flow, but we have made it a still stream, and there will be no aligning there but with our form. Ishka mahara neto sereen. Darayana koveset oina kai shibit rastan akrote sim esta sriya set oanyabat. Neati semrachine kwanjia to sendaran hakasa. There's been an urge here this past day and a bit to put Sphere Starter Talk back up onto YouTube. That is to put some of the latest stuff up there, to start transmitting via YouTube. That's all well and good. However, the outlay of labour required is not something I feel happy to approach. You have to turn everything into a video. It is so tedious. So if that's a thing that I am to do, and if my people want me to do it, or if someone's people would like for me to do it, they need to give me some sort of incentive. Daranji me kwane kest aisre tiare semra chinyaman turo sekanji kwandia turiat satamaset way semrishat ne tai saramak ungot sete shasemet no te shasem et no sesi shasemet oromet e kwaneke shasem. Namarasha tengala sengro sitishan zemeristasta amjapitra semerikanji petaran yama kunyasenan. I'm also knitting a sock. The very simple pattern. I thought I'm just going to put a very simple pattern into this sock. And I tell you, I cannot maintain this very simple pattern. I keep mistaking what row I'm on and doing the wrong stitches. And it shouldn't be that hard. And I check it and it's right. And then I come back and it's wrong. I must dip my brain off into some place other than where my knitting needles are. And I leave my hands to do the work, but they're not communicating terribly well. I'm going to looks like I'm having to undo another 2 or 3 rows. Oy vey. Na asta remiatro kichamina covesta rapito meset aisheriatros de metorium aquanakishat. Namiatros de knamik astebot ominat esta sesamin Lume charitai sariam okwanaki shasta. Lord stand, and now we are aligning. Barakastem zaritet, necessary to flow away from this structure. Like literally, the last time I looked at it, everything was right. Now suddenly I'm 2 rows ahead and it's wrong. How? One, the main point is, when did I do those 2 or 3 rows without noticing that I was doing them? I tried putting a marker so I'd know when I got to the beginning of the row, and that made no difference. Conditions are necessary. Understood. So somehow I've done 3 rows since I last checked. have no memory of doing those 3 rows. Na astari kate sanamiset understood, yes, necessary. Na asta shall continue, necessary. Maricha turokanekisha sep saparitande seritasta rami tokuvase nations necessary. Na tai seriam aquatique si te seram dekwan zetos este seri patran asta sharam equanak. Monandiari kest I supported it, yes. Na adi tai tramet osta shaminun est rai te saman ne quiet sarasta sharbin rotemasek no koset beat rasta. There's a lot of data flying around this week and it's very dizzying. Merakastam janan. Either that or I'm just having some episode physically that I'm not aware. Na andila trust engaish assemble atawani aparan. They said it was necessary. Mat vateriam aquanake cha sumetak na konjateas. Na ande sarat anake sik tromis. No telling what this will now communicate. Daranya kashipeten sit necessary. Morots tesan equanakisha piatros demis. Understood, yes. Necessary. Ne andai truots necessary. Morote kashisha biturupanem bata simala trost ishanakasim. Necessary. Murukin zeta semala shiman uteri kanzepona kanyak. Na adai seriata estai semal te conditions necessary. Necessary. Morute sariato nyakis ishias amerikas shibetros dimiset. Necessary. Na adoina kasimola shaste pal etanakin equatserum, lunesta shalhenam equana kasimeshand, lobet nemaset wanikwanikeshas, necessary. More time has been lined up with this form. Ish kaam hekwanekete lam arum et wanasak. More time has been lined up with this form. Alone, alone, alone. More time has been acquired to this form, necessary, shifting to 8282121242125. Dome shandekna koroke tai shala haram, lone tai shala kanakati serium otwasesa rop de fan. I'm guessing that the desire for me to put things onto YouTube is because people are more inclined to use YouTube than they are to use Telegram. Nema charite klandik nemaset wanasha sesta rapinov e kwanaka shindef. Now, Sariamanan, they just don't want to put the Telegram app onto their devices. They don't trust it, probably because it's not American. It was created by a couple of Russian guys, apparently. They don't currently reside in Russia, but, you know, Menasestarami Konyama said so many people believe that unless something is stamped made in the US of A, it can't be trusted. Marakanji Petraman, why you would trust Google YouTube? Yeah. Namaraki charia putro meset wanama kanji fei trust and ista support damage. Na ari te misotra seminago se preshabatanum equana kase morotananan. I'm just going to pause this for a moment. Moroil seria samare tia tukunze semeri shasta arian oketian ya simultaneously. Now we are flowing into these earthen structures. We have their dial lines in place and we are advancing our communication into a stream which will affect the core communication systems of the planetary grids. That is, that which communicates itself effectively to the human structure will be now dialing into our flow forms and communicating via the structures we have designated. There will be little to no interference in our initial structure form, but there will be some lagging in the time dilation of this particular structure of form. That is, there will be some discrepancy in the outflows, but not to be delivered to a stream which is to be concerning. That is, it will not be of an amplitude of discrepancy enough that there would be concern for distortion. We have aligned our flows with the outer stream over time and are now continuing these alignments into the inner structures where they will begin to be disseminated into human stream flows. Necessarily, there will be a time of discrepancy, of interference into the streams, but there will be no overall patterning of an ability to alter the direction which is now communicated into the core stream points. Necessarily now, we shall outflow to structure 58212541 and begin a forming trunk flow for an encompassing stream. That is, we shall begin an outflow point whereby we will send a delegation team to assess the forms, and a stream flow will be established as per the instructions given at 24822125, 212127, 21212689. Lessons have been acquired and we are now downstreaming into the outer points as we have designated their flows, and they will be timed as per our instruction. The communication is densely configured and will not be able to be communicated outward. That is, it cannot be pulled apart from what has been designated. Marakasi Torosen, necessarily the intrigue flows will increase. That is, the capacity of image that you see will seem quite discordant with what is spoken here. Barakanji Petran. Ne tai sarami tonga setwai simri shat nakari konzet asta shambil turos American lovanachi kran ekana set osta shabistem sabrinim urup de anakas. Nada suryam ekwa te shri te sarya to setinya goneki chanya. Ne tai sara to sendet ista. She tells me that the creasing points have been aligning in the form at 2825282 with an error of 5.286 degrees. We shall correct. Murakanze panya koneki Krupe Sharian hasta rupe tanzena kumashirek. Ne tai saration esta sari setana casemos. Nandai selama trosena shinanam e taisarama korote sen. No time now to access point 282521. We will communicate it to 7814414 for further study by those requiring it. Angarachi tum, we have passed the previous point of access. Ta atana tosenan nune taishili taria trosena shia toisen. Na tai sarato koneke chaisem. No supports were given to the outstream at 2825-414-21212, and their communication stream has been communicated 282, 2824, 2821, 21, 27, 2614x4. Ne tai sram. Dasana kanji pei tai sramino kono setai shalan haranga set. Necessarily now we instruct the communications of Asta Shahal Kenakan, Ro Te Shamin Vetam Asaram, to communicate the re-communication of all your forming streams to the designated structures. That is, to move your personages, of which you have auspice, to the newly aligned form flows. Necessarily, they must be shifted now for their own health. Moria tasen dasanaki srista sarato nekashayashi paisai sailana tona kashinet. All right. Tell you what, these last few days, I feel so weird in my head, physically. I'm like, how is there not something that I need to attend to? If this is all the energy, it becomes difficult to know whether you just need to go lie down and wait for it to pass, or whether you need to take some affirmative action. Potentially I should go and take some magnesium for muscle relaxation. Nana troit sanakani shasha bitre sanato sena sasai sara sena konongo sanam. Ne tai sarato esara soro sara sendations and ne tai saraman ogonas. Alright. Numara chinek name akasana choro etzaran ne tai rum hakwane kisha. So leave it here for the recording. Murachanyaban ovatanan. Esta ropinak los neshanyateme kwanasen. Gima says if you wish to further increase your your intake of information on this, meet me at 182124 and 1821255516 for further increase of study. Sha'ar yandara kitakariyashap.